Hey y'all, it's time for a sketchbook tour. I know I talked about doing these earlier and I'm finally doing one. Here is my first sketchbook that I started to actually keep sketchbooks. For most of my life I just drew on like blank computer paper, so I didn't actually start keeping sketchbooks until I was like 24 years old in 2016, so this is that. So this was January 2016 to March 2016. We have mostly some pictures of my OCs. We've got Izzy, Rosa, Marjorie, Bo, and William. Be prepared to see a lot of William because I draw him a lot. Particularly in later sketchbooks. Mostly what I draw is OCs. Here is my cat, Casper, who had passed away a couple years prior to this. Some gestures, some hands, and then me. Some OCs as Fantasy AU Elementals and everything. Another little William. My cat Mochi wanting treats because she's a glutton for treats. She's much bigger than that now. I decided to draw my roommates and I as ponies. Making us all our favorite colors and everything. One thing that you'll notice that's really annoying about this sketchbook is I switch back and forth between portrait and landscape, and it is infuriating how many times I do it. Here is our bad guy Micah from our story. Our being me and generally Pookie. We're writing a book together, so we share all of our OCs. You may notice also that I don't draw on the back of pages, mostly because of things like this. I don't like to draw over that. I know it's a waste of paper, but I just prefer to not. Here's some drunk sketches. Let me see. Not very good ones. I was drinking with some friends and decided to try to draw, so. I was really into Danny Phantom at the time. I was giving it a rewatch. So I decided to draw older Danny from that one episode where they're going to the future and he's all evil and everything. These eyes are so wonky. This eye is so much higher than the other one. I didn't notice it at the time of drawing it, but I notice it every time I look at this sketchbook now. Let me just get that out of the way. Okay, here are some little doodles of myself being all emo and sad because I was really depressed. And then my roommate Carly, she had really pretty purple and pink hair at the time, but you can see I only had a couple of Copics. Bit of a trigger warning for the next page, by the way. Anything like hanging or suicide or anything like that, don't look. During this time I was on a medication that was really bad. Beethoven. It was really bad for me, and it just made me like crazy and see things and have hallucinations, and I would see nooses and bodies hanging from ceilings and trees and lamp posts. If I'm driving down the road, I would see it like hanging from the street lights. So that was really bad, and I just drew this to kind of vent all that out and kind of show people like what it was I was going through. This was because somebody I followed on Tumblr was really sad, and they were like, oh, somebody draw me some cute lesbians. So I did this little doodle saying, you are the loveliest lovely, don't be sad. Hope you feel better. Another waste of paper. I waste paper a lot in these early sketchbooks because I was so used to just drawing on computer paper and it just not meaning anything. And I drew really small at the time, and now I draw much bigger. But you'll see a lot of these little me's in these sketchbooks saying things like, "What is art? Wow, I suck." This is our character Connor. This is in the fantasy AU. He's a werewolf, so I started to draw like him transforming into a werewolf. Here's our character William, again from another AU. I was playing with some Copics. I didn't have very many at the time, so I was just making do. Here is some more AU stuff. Just some like clothing designs and character designs for some AU stuff. Little cheebs that I didn't do anything with. This was when we first watched the show Shadowhunters. I never finished the first book, and both of them, Carly and Pookie, both read through the entire series. We did not like it. If you like it, that's great. I'm glad you like it, but we did not like it. So this is just us. What the fuck? What? Question mark. What is this garbage? I can't tell if it's better or worse than the movie. Some more AU stuff. Some Danny Phantom again. Again, so much paper is wasted. It's just a shame. Back to flipping it the other way. This was for an animatic I was gonna do with some OCs, and I just never did anything with it. Another drawing that I just did nothing with, and it's just kind of there, like it's just circles and gestures, but oh well. This is when I was playing The Evil Within for the first time, and I really loved that game. I had a really good time playing it. So there's little Sebastian and the Ruvik. We must have been at the part where you're in the mansion and he just kind of appears and like chases you, because oh, that was a stressful part of that game. Here's another little Mochi. She wants treats again. And there's little me, when is summer, with my little sunglasses. Sorry for the cats jingling in the background. Here's our character Svetlana. I was trying to draw her, and I just can't draw guns, and it just didn't. It was okay. I don't hate it as much as I used to. I don't know why I hated it so much, but whatever. Little Sebastian from The Evil Within. I remember drawing this at work because my roommate also worked with me at the time, and we carpooled, but I got off earlier than she did. So I was just waiting around in the break room for her to be done. Another Dan from Danny Phantom. Such a waste of paper. Here we've got a couple of characters. There's Svetlana and Bo and Little William and Little Thomas, Marjorie, and Eyeball. A very specific eyeball to a very specific character, but I digress. Here's another Ruvik picture because I was still really into The Evil Within. I made him look too attractive though because you can hardly see the like burns and stuff all over him. Here's another little chibi, half chibi, Sebastian and Joseph and Kidman and little Ruvik back there. This was, I didn't know what to draw, and so I asked my roommate what I should draw, and she said, draw Dan and Phil, but in our clothes. So I drew Dan in my little Slytherin shirt and leather jacket and my shorts. And then Phil in her button-up shirt and cardigan and leggings. These are some Walking Dead pictures of Daryl and Michonne that I did when I was at my mom's house when I was watching the show. Again, I don't know why I drew them landscape. They could have easily just been here, and then I could have drawn two more things right there. But whatever, me in the past. Beethoven. Would you hush? Beethoven. Be quiet. I'm trying to film a video. Go lie down somewhere. This was a Draw the Squad picture I did with my OCs. I've changed both of them, like Thomas isn't white anymore. Connor doesn't have all those tattoos anymore. Another Draw the Squad with some of our OCs. This picture is awkward because this was before I knew I was trans. So that me, I had this really cute pink striped crop top. I also had a blue one, but I liked the pink one, and I had these like really like white acid wash kind of shorts. So I drew myself, and I liked that outfit a lot. So sunshine and summertime. I've got a beer in my hand, and yep, awkward. Oh well, what can you do about the past? You can't. This was something I started and never finished. Again, I don't know why, it looks fine. Another waste of paper. This was sad. This was when I was really missing my grandfather and my cat. So I drew me hugging them and my little cat purring and nuzzling my face and just, I miss you so much. I know, sweetheart. So I still miss them both very much. Here's an emo picture. I had a breakdown. So that's, well, we won't dwell on that long. It's just lyrics to the song Migraine by 21 Pilots. So. We had just seen Zootopia, I want to say. I know we had just seen it, but I don't remember. I guess that's when it came out. I don't really remember when it came out, but so I drew my friends and I as animals. I'm the cat, and then of course Pookie is the penguin. Our friend Erin is the giraffe, because we always called her a giraffe because she's so tall. And then Carly is the red panda, and then we're not friends with that person anymore, so we're not going to get into that. That's a story time for another video. More fantasy AU of our character Rosa. She's like a flame princess. Something else I never finished. Comic I never finished. Literally a blank piece of paper. I was very thorough with this sketchbook, obviously. Oh, we're going back to landscape. Hold on. Another Draw the Squad picture. Got a little bit of Copic that spread too much. Sometimes the hair colors and everything, I just kind of went with what was the closest so that I could use one of my markers. Now I have the Ohu markers and I don't need to do that. I have closer colors. Another Draw the Squad. Mermaid AU. There's a lot of that in future sketchbooks. We got Rosa as a lionfish, and then William is a little human, and then our bad guy Micah, he's a shark, naturally. Some more OCs. I remember being proud of this pose at the time. And then I think this is one of the last pages. This I actually remember I drew later. Like I quit this sketchbook, moved on, and I think I drew this in 2017. Maybe. Or late 2016. I don't really recall. But I remember I drew it later than I drew all the rest of this. But this is just designing a couple more characters, Marcella and Hakeem. And this was for school. I had to draw a logo. So I drew a moon and my cat. More OC stuff. Stuff that all got scrapped. And another blank piece of paper. I think that's how we ended, on blank sheet of paper. It sure is. So anyway, that was my first sketchbook. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I will be posting another one later. I'm actually going to skip the second sketchbook because I've gone through it and it's literally nothing. There's nothing in there worth looking at. Like, it's all just unfinished circles and it's just not, so I'm going to skip it. We'll move right on to the third one, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed and I will see y'all later. Stay radical, folks.